Your assumptions are making you miserable. They make you play small. They create doubt, fear, and limitation in your life. Every time you have a limited, negative, judgmental assumption about something or someone, it inevitably affects your relationship and the outcome about that thing or that person, especially when that person is you, especially when you assume the worst, limit yourself, judge yourself over and over and over again, and you create this assumption that I'm not good enough, I'm not talented enough, I'm not where I'm supposed to be, I should be better, I should be smarter, I should be whatever. Those are very expensive assumptions. It's like that big ball and chain type of thing, right? It's a heavy burden to carry with you. So we have to realize, but the sad thing is that it's difficult to pay attention because the mind is this big assumption generative machine. Every single moment, every time, all day, every day, everything, something happens, the mind creates a meaning, creates an assumption, creates a story about that thing. You saw the video, right? You saw the thumbnail, you clicked on it, some assumption, something made you click. People who saw the same thumbnail, the same video, decided not to click. So they made a different assumption about this video. Some people who already left the video made an assumption about the quality of the video or something about the video. So you see how in a split second, we make decisions that affect our life. Now you'll be like, it's just a YouTube video. I agree. But when this happens all day long, in everything you do all day long, every day, your entire life, you gotta start seeing how this shapes the very fabric of your reality, especially when your mind runs on autopilot like a wild horse going wherever he wants and you just ride along, right? So you gotta take the rein, you gotta take that horse and be like, yo, we gotta change freaking direction. I am in control here. The only way out of this is with self-control and self-awareness, because if you remain unaware, unconscious, like blinded to your assumption, it can be right in front of you. You're not gonna see it, you're not gonna hear it, and you will do nothing about it because you can do nothing about something you're completely unaware of. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of people live, because they don't have that self-awareness just yet. So to make you really self-aware, I want to give you a couple of examples just to reflect on how simple and how fast and how small it may appear, but how big the price of those assumptions can be. Let's say, for example, you see a job opening, a job you really like, maybe even your dream job, and you create that assumption. So many people are applying for this job. It's going to be so hard. The process is so long these days. What if I don't get it? What if I get it and I end up in a worse position than I am now? You see this type of assumption. What do they lead you to? Procrastination, doubt, fear, and just passivity, pretty much doing nothing, right? Let's say you see a beautiful man or woman in the street and you're like, wow, I would like to ask them out, get to know them or whatever, right? But they probably have somebody, or it's hard to do it, that's not how we do it these days. What if I get rejected? What if it doesn't work, right? We create all this story again. What about all the story you keep telling yourself? You look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh, I look fat, I'm getting old, I should lose weight, I'm not attractive enough, I should be ahead in life, I should be richer, other people have already their shit figured out, why am I always behind, why is it not working for me, I'm doing all, you see the story and assumption, but when this runs rampant in your mind every single day, imagine the price. What about all the assumptions that you have about the goals, the desire, the things you want to create and manifest in your life? It's hard, I don't know how, I've done it before, it's working for others, but I don't even know how to manifest these things. I'm doing all these things, but it's not working. I can't see myself with it. No matter how much I try, I take one step forward, two steps back. And what about assumption about money? This is a loaded topic. It's hard to make, it's difficult. I have to work harder. What if I have money and then people come and take it? Like, we could spend a whole day talking about assumptions that people make about money. I don't have it, it's too expensive, whatever, right? And then what about relationship or dating? Have you ever got a message or sent back a message and, it goes on read and the person doesn't reply immediately? Maybe they take a couple of hours, and in that few hours, your mind goes crazy. Oh, they don't love me, they don't care, this is a red flag, or they're cheating on me, they have somebody else. Like boom, 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 all those crazy assumptions. Or the reverse, you get a message and you don't know if you should be angry about it or if you should be laughing about it, right? So your mind creates assumptions, and sometimes you're like, I don't know what you assume about this, right? But every single one of those examples is only to show you just how much it happens all the time, everywhere, all the time, right? And it shapes the fabric of your life. So if you were to look at the end of the day today and you had a paper, somebody gave you like, this is a transcript of all the assumptions you've made today, what will be the price, the consequences, and how much of those assumptions will be positive, empowering, abundant versus negative, scarce, limiting, judgmental type of assumptions. So the question then is this: okay, what do I do? What do I do? Okay, assumptions are powerful, I get it, blah, 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 but then what do I do? How do I break free from that? You realize that you never break free from that. Your mind will always do that. It's about self-control, and it's about being able to reprogram your mind, read out those automatic thoughts and beliefs that you've created over time. And at the beginning, this takes a process of focus and discipline and self-correction, right? So like I said, the first step is to really have the will to pay attention, have the willingness to observe. And then the simplest way that I like to do it is by asking myself a simple question. When I notice a negative assumption or a limited assumption, I ask myself, is this 100% true? So for example, you have an assumption about money, you have an assumption about the job, about your goal, about yourself, about whatever, right? And you ask yourself, is this 100% true? And if it is, good, keep it, right? But if it's not 100% true, then ask yourself, what is a greater truth? What is a more abundant truth? What is a more empowering truth? Why? Because that leads your mind to generate a different form of possibility, it's like a reframe, right? You expand how you think about this. It's like seeing that situation with new eyes or new glasses, so to speak. So those two questions are powerful, right? Is this 100% true? If it's not 100% true, it's not worth believing in it, right? Then ask yourself, what is a greater truth? If I were to look at the situation differently, what is a greater truth, more expensive, more abundant truth? And I guarantee you, you start doing this, you go from doom and gloom and things not working and I'm always losing and the victim kind of assumption thing, and you go to everything's always working out for me. Like better and better and better things are gonna come. I can use this to my advantage. You better believe that you're gonna start seeing evidence and example of that manifesting in your life. Don't take my words for it. Try it, live it, experience it. Put this to the test. Be curious about it, use that and see for yourself how this works out in your own life. The moment you drop those old assumptions and you start assuming something different, you will see a shift about this in your life. Let me know what you think down in the comment. Any question, write it down in the comment. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you next time. Be well. Make sure you hit the subscribe button.